Carla Lehman of Carla Lehman Photography, and today I am on tour for Rumble Alberta and Ride Like a Local, and I'm going all over rural Alberta and finding all of the hidden treasures, and believe me today when I say I found one, it's incredible. There's so much history in this hotel, and I'm not from here, and I felt like I was welcome and family, and locals would stop and say hello when I was sitting on the awesome patio, which is now nicely back open, which is so wonderful. But I felt so comfortable here, and there's so much history in this hotel, and just the food is to die for. Let me tell you about the Caesar salad. But I had a chicken club, and I had an actual chicken breast. What a nice change. It's wonderful. I'm going to be doing some photos and some stills in this building, and there's just so much heritage in here, and I'm looking around and I see photos of this hotel when it was built in, I believe, 1926. It's incredible, and it's history. It's history in the making. And so I'm glad you're here and can be with me, and I'm going to step out now because COVID protocols, I have to stay at least 8 to 10 feet away from Cheryle, the owner. So I'm going to step behind the camera and interview her, and she's going to tell you all about her incredible hotel and this wonderful town of Marwayne. Hello, Cheryle.
Hello, Carla. Thanks for stopping in to visit us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for feeding me and treating me so well. This is incredible.
There's no strangers here, just people we haven't met yet.
I love that. And that's exactly how I feel, so thank you. Thank you. I feel like we're friends and we just met. It's wonderful. So I'd like to ask you a little bit about the hotel and a little bit about the history here, and why you feel this is a hidden gem and what you have to offer to people coming in to visit.
Sure. My husband and I bought the hotel in 2006, December 2006. We were both out of Edmonton. I worked at the hospital. My husband was a bus driver, and we just up and left. Packed up. One of our sons left 3 in the city and came to Alberta to run a hotel, which we'd never done before. But it was just a really cool place. We'd seen it in a little newspaper, Rural Hotel for Sale. We thought, you know what, let's take a leap of faith. And we've been here ever since, and we've loved every minute. Small town living is fabulous. If you've never had the opportunity to do it, it's one great, big, huge neighborhood. Yes, everybody knows your business, but everybody knows your family, and everybody watches out for everybody. They support you in every way possible. Marwayne and the surrounding areas have been extremely supportive through COVID. We've shut down 4 times now since COVID started. Most small businesses would have been buried under 6 feet in debt. They come out strong, they support, they're here for us, because I don't think they want to see any business in their town go down. But the hotel's been around since 1926, and in that period of time, it had only been closed for about 4 months through all those years. And so we have, since 1926, we have that long of drinking knowledge, so we're just a great place to come and drink. It's the hangout. It's the let's go for coffee. You don't have to have a beer. Let's go for a beer. Let's sit outside and talk together with a neighbor walking by. You don't go to a store here or down to the post office or the hardware store and gone in like 5 seconds and back. It's a half-hour trip. You got to chat along the way. The bar is the same. It's a meeting place. It's a place for people to just come and relax. I laugh when people come in, you have cameras. I said, yeah, don't worry about it. They're only here for the security of the staff. Your wife cannot ask for them. And they laugh.
That's awesome.
Okay, cool. It's everybody is friends here. Everybody gets along. There's some that know when they overstep their boundaries and they leave and come back the next day when they're sober. But we just don't have problems. We just don't. We've maybe once, I think, called the police. And that was just a really wild party, and it was just to slow it all down. But no, we have a great rapport with the people and all the locals. This isn't just Marwayne that come here. We get many visitors from Lloyd, Vermilion, Kidscotty, Dewberry, Streamstown, all around that come by. We get a lot of groups of bikers that come by, which is fabulous. We've sometimes been on their route when they're doing a poker rally or something. So they stop in and we always offer them happy hour beer prices, or we used to do draft, but it's just not a big seller anymore. It's been great. Snowmobiling in the winter, we get snowmobilers coming by. It's been difficult to be like a social person. It's been really difficult to be closed down for so long. So you kind of sit in here and you watch people drive by and go, I miss them. So it's so nice that today we're given the opportunity to reopen our patio. And hopefully the next stage is the 10th we'll be able to open fully. I'm not sure exactly what all will be available. I'm not sure if you're going to get those BLTs yet or that pool table or karaoke, but I'm hoping that will all still come back online and we can get back to doing what we do, having a great time and entertaining people.
That's fabulous.
Hopefully that's the way things will be soon.
And I have to say, like, your patio is packed.
Yeah.
You know, you haven't really been open that long, maybe an hour and a half.
We used to take tables out when we run out of picnic tables, so we take whatever, wherever they can go to party, lot will stand, just to get out and enjoy some company, see other people.
That's awesome, and I would really say, outside, the people that are out there right now, of course, we can't see them here, but that is a definition of community. They're all out there, they're laughing, they're joking, everybody's happy to be outside and be able to...
And they don't necessarily all know everybody.
Yeah.
It just seems like they do.
It's that small town hospitality.
Yeah. We just take you in like you're one of ours.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel today, so thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So if I were to ask you what some of the hidden gems of this area are, if somebody's coming through with Rumble Alberta, what are some of the absolute must-do things that they should be doing?
If you're willing to go on a bit of a gravel road, a lot of motorbikes don't, but if you do, there's a trestle bridge, and if you want to come with me in a bit, and I'll show you some pictures. Absolutely beautiful CP trestle bridge, 5 minutes out of town. So you're going to have about 5 minutes of gravel. It's not bad, and there's not a lot of traffic that uses that road. So it's beautiful. You can get down there, you can pull right up to the trestle bridge, and you can get down and walk underneath it. Actually, it's an absolutely beautiful place to go. We have historic plaques all through town, where kind of gives you a bit of history of how the town came to be. In about 1905, they started traveling here by barge. The town started to grow. Then CP Rail said they were going to build a train station in 1925 or 26. So then it started. The town just started to build. In 1926, they had a sports day, and that was all the buildings were starting to get built, and all the surrounding neighbors, people showed up. They had 2,000 people in town. And I have a picture of all these little Model T Fords all lined up in front of the hotel there. The wood sidewalks and the gravel roads, it was really cool. The history and the population definitely slowed down because the train left. But the die-hard families are still here. Agriculture is definitely our biggest draw. So in town we have, in 2011, we rebuilt our community hall, we did work to our rink and our curling rink, and we updated our camping site, which is just at the very end of the road. So all of that is in there. But as you're traveling down there, you'll come past an old community hall that used to be used, and the people that bought that building are Nurture Organics. They've remodeled all the inside, but kept the outside exterior. It looks absolutely beautiful. Like at one time it was a hall. I think they had movies in there at some time also. Our Legion is beautiful. We have a beautiful little Legion, and during Remembrance Day, if you take a walk towards the cenotaph, you'll see a whole bunch of poles. Those are all flags that go up on Remembrance Day for all the fallen soldiers from around here. So it's a sight to see. We have ball diamonds just down around the corner, and we've just started the second phase, or just finished the second phase of our walking trails for the families around town. Our school goes to grade 12. It's a great little rural community. 35-minute jump into either Lloyd or Vermilion. You're close to everything. All around us are great little treasures. There's the Go East magazine that is in full swing. It's available at probably every little shop. So we have one here. You can plan day trips all over. We have the little Cat Tracks car wash. They have chicken, wings, ribs, ice cream, that kind of stuff ready to go for anybody that's traveling by, and their car wash is great.
So that is the definition of small town.
Yeah.
Car wash, chicken wing, ice cream place.
You do more than one thing. You're kind of a
Yeah.
combination. The Old Hall is an organic store. She has organics. We have a little bees honey place where she does things with beeswax and bees honey. We have No Need to Knock, which is this really cool brick building that was an old gas station, and they have a little restaurant inside, and she has clothing, and the Treasury Branch is all inside there. So there's a lot of little places that are more than just what you see.
So it just would be a wonderful day trip to come out here and spend an entire day
Would be great,
exploring your town, because there's local artisans, there's your hotel. Speaking of the hotel, I know children can't come in, but can kids sit on the patio?
Kids can sit on the patio while their parents are there. Their parents can drink. But definitely the kids can't. I know the hotel is closed, it's liquored, but we still allow children in to use the washroom. You don't let a child go without doing that. So some people are hesitant to ask, bring your kids in if they have to use the washroom. I don't care. Come on in, and at least you'll feel better for the rest of the trip.
Awesome.
We are working on trying to get a miner's license. So during those nice days that people are out on the weekends, sometime during the afternoons, which is when you're going to have a family traveling, then hopefully we can get miners to come in, if so be. The problem is VLTs, of course, but we haven't had them running since December.
But they can very easily sit on the patio.
Of course, yeah, they can sit on the patio. No
Awesome.
problem.
Cheryle, I have to say thank you. You are a wealth of knowledge, and I feel like I know this town.
Well,
And
of course.
Honestly, just being here for this short amount of time and visiting with some of the people on the patio, I feel like family. It's been wonderful. So I want to thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me in and giving me a behind-the-scenes tour. It's very exciting. Rumble Alberta will have some stills and some amazing photos of this incredible hotel and the history. So I want to thank you all for joining in. I am signing off, Carla Lehman of Carla Lehman Photography. I am touring Route 7 Northeast Alberta for Rumble Alberta and for Ride Like a Local.
Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo, where life takes shape. Carla Lehman of Carla Lehman Photography, and I am on the road with Rumble Alberta and Ride Like a Local. And today I'm in the fabulous town of Manville, Alberta, and I discovered what I think is their hidden gem. Well, I don't think hidden, because it's crazy busy when I was here. It was insane, just a steady stream of people. I'm at Confectionery 881, which is owned by Jocelyne and Alfred, and I'm lucky enough, I'm getting a little behind the scenes early morning chit-chat and video with Jocelyne, and so we're going to talk a little bit about why Manville, what this place is all about, what it means to them, and how they started Confectionery 881. So because of COVID, we are standing 10 feet apart because we're inside and I don't want to talk through a mask. So I'm going to step out and I'm going to let Jocelyne step in and we'll start our interview. Good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody, this is Jocelyne, the owner of Confectionery 881, located in Manville, conveniently off of the 881, so it's very, very easy to find. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Very welcome.
I have to say that when I walked in here, it took me back in time like 100 years ago to my childhood, because you have stuff in here that I haven't seen since I was a kid, like Astro Pops and pink popcorn, and this store has the feel of a small town mom and pop confectionery, very down home, very welcoming. It's not like a great big glossy convenience store that you walk into, and I absolutely love it. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about the store, about how you came to own it and create it, and what the community of Manville means to you.
Oh boy, there's a lot of loaded questions there. Okay, I'll try to start from the top.
For sure.
We purchased the building about just up to 5 years ago, and it had been a gift store, and prior to that, an ice cream shop. About 6 months prior to us being able to purchase it, we were talking that everything shuts down at 6 o'clock. There's nothing open on Sundays. It's just typical small town where we're just laid back, and there was a need, there was a desire to provide that service for the folks here in town. So 6 months later, we were able to purchase the building, did a whole whack load of renovations, cleaned it all up, and started Confectionery 881, the little convenience store with a whole lot more. And that's basically our tagline. We love it. It's neat to have locals coming in, and even the travelers, the non-locals. We're not born and bred here, which we thought might have been a challenge because it's a generational community. There's 3, 4, 5 generations that have been here. So having come into town with only 6 years, it was a challenge, but when they saw that we were there for them, that we weren't trying to bring the big city life into the community, that it was going to be us, and they accepted us, and it's been wonderful. It's been absolutely amazing.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about some of the things that, if someone's coming through Manville, that they absolutely must stop and do. Of course, this Confectionery 881 needs to be their first stop, but what are some of the most incredible points of view or interest here?
Oh, it goes right from the Yellowhead all the way out to 4 miles out of town, right on the Yellowhead. We've got a campsite right in town, so it's easy access to everything. We've got a museum, which most communities do, but ours is pretty cool. They've got it to the roof and up into the rafters of their stuff. And we also have a working telephone exchange. We've got a switchboard that actually still works. They have a payphone that's in there, and they can actually connect from the switchboard to that payphone. It is the coolest little thing, and that was set up in 1908, I believe it was, when it...
And that was the first telephone exchange in Alberta, correct?
Yeah. Well, it was the first one in the rural area, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so the lady who had worked there for 48 years as the switchboard operator lived there, and the family was gracious enough to donate all of her original belongings back to the community. So we have it set up like a little museum, exactly how she had lived
Oh my
for 48
gosh,
years.
that's incredible.
It's the neat thing. We continue heading down Main Street. We've got some really cool little shops. We've got a fabric store. We've got, obviously, the small town hotel that everybody has to get to, and that's a definite stop. We've got a nice little bakery. We've got a nice little gift store on Main Street, and then you head out of town and we've got a golf course with another campsite. So we've got pretty much something for everybody.
That's fabulous. Tell me a little bit about what brought you to Manville.
I was on a ride. I needed to get my bike serviced, and I wanted out of the city. It was right in the middle of the pipeline boom, so we couldn't find a hotel anywhere. So I went down the Yellowhead on Google and was trying all the different communities, and there was no hotel, and then all of a sudden I hit this place called Manville, and I was like, Manville, where's Manville? I don't know, but it's on the map, and that's what I told hubby, and he's like, okay, let's go check it out. And within 6 weeks of entering town, We met a whole group of people that were just absolutely amazing. Within 6 weeks, we had looked for a getaway hideaway house, put an offer in, got possession of it, and we never looked back. It was the big city life was just too much, too loud. We wanted the stars, we wanted the full moon, we wanted all that. And before we knew it, we were putting an offer in on here, building a little store, and this is our life now.
And it's a pretty wonderful life. And I really did see how important you guys are to the community when I was here last night when the store was open, because there was a steady stream of people coming and going, but nobody just came in, bought what they needed and left. Everybody stops for a visit and a word and a story, and I learned some really fun things about you guys last night. And so I just want to say thank you so much for opening your town to me and opening your store to me and letting me really get to know the community of Manville. So I want to say thank you so much. And folks, this is a must see. Stop in here. Your kids are going to go crazy for the candy, but you're also going to love everything that you find here because it is a one-stop shop. Thanks so much, Jocelyne.
Thank you.
Thanks again to Jocelyne and to the entire community of Manville for hosting me and having me here. I'm Carla Lehman of Carla Lehman Photography, and I am on tour with Rumble Alberta and Ride Like a Local.
Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo, where life takes shape.
Photography, and I'm on the road for Rumble Alberta and Ride Like a Local, and I'm finding myself right now in the amazing little community of Derwent. It is so cute, and I cannot wait to go tour the main street, check out all the historic buildings in here, and see what all Derwent has to offer. But right now, I am in the gem of the community, and it is the Golden Gopher Café, Tattoos, and Gifts. Imagine that, all in one store. That's what you get when you're out in the country. It's pretty fabulous. So I'm going to introduce Renita. Of course, we're keeping 10 feet of distance away from each other because of COVID. But if I have my mask on or she has her mask on, you're not going to be able to understand us. So I'm going to clear out. I'm going to introduce my new friend Renita, and we're going to talk all about the cafe and what Derwent has to offer. Hi Renita, how are you?
Pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me out to tour Derwent, but also to come and check out your cafe, which is fabulous. And I can't wait until you actually have open seating so that I can come back, have a visit, and check out your Friday night fish and chips.
You betcha. That's getting pretty popular.
That's amazing. So you have people even coming from Westlock all the way to Derwent just to sample your fish and chips.
Recently, yeah, we have. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So Derwent is
a small community. It's a bit of a distance from Edmonton, but Renita does see a lot of clientele coming from Edmonton, both for the cafe, but I don't know if you can see all that ink on her. She's also a tattoo artist, so just behind her, if you just step over to the side, you can kind of get a glimpse. She has a beautiful tattoo shop, or a little tattoo room, and it's wonderful. It's clean and it's bright and it's purple, which is of course my favorite color. So Renita, tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us about Derwent, and tell me about how you got started and what led you to Derwent.
Alrighty. Well, we moved out here to Elk Point in 2005 from BC. And I had opened up a tattoo clothing novelty shop in Elk Point, which we ran there for about 10 years. We moved out to Derwent in 2013. 2016, I bought this abandoned building, and we completely restored it. And I wanted to have something that was closer to home. And so, yeah, I moved the tattoo shop here, and I incorporated a cafe into the building as well. And we have all sorts of local artisans, non-local artisans over the years that we've been in operation here now that have their work displayed here for sale and whatnot. Due to COVID, it's been, the cafe's been shut down, so we're just starting to, accumulate more artwork and gifts in here.
Fabulous, and looking forward, of course, to reopening the cafe, and I will be coming for lunch.
Are now open for patio dining as well as takeout, and I understand, if word is correct, that we should be open for some semblance of in cafe dining here within the next month.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you were to host somebody coming in, what would you tell them are the things that they really need to do around Derwent?
Well, we've got a whole bunch of small lakes and conservation sites around the area here. We've got, within 10 minutes driving of here, we've got some neat places to see and do too. We've got Beauvalin, where I have a friend of mine who's opening up what's called the Boar's Nest. We have campgrounds around Murnham, as far as I know, Jackfish Lake. There's, nothing really, really close to Derwent, but we've got really funky old Derwent Hotel and Bar, which has kind of maintained its decor since the 60s, which is quite unique, and very good pizza down there. Great community grounds. This place is known for some of the big craft and trade fairs around here, in non-COVID years. And we host a bunch of dances here at the rec center during the year as well.
That's fabulous.
So that's what I can think of off the top.
Oh, no, that's great. That's wonderful. So again, just to thank you for having us out, and I love touring your cafe and your tattoo shop, and I wish we had time that you could give me some ink. I think it's really cool that you have people coming from all over the place to get inked by you. That's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah.
That's quite an honor to know that people are
I've been
coming.
doing this now for, since 2006, so, just kind of amassed
A following.
a large clientele now, which is good, and
that's great.
It's just at the pace I want it, so it's
That's perfect.
I have the best clientele, by the way.
Love it. Thank you so much for having us out.
Well, thank you for coming out.
It's been a pleasure. So once again, huge thanks to Renita and the community of Derwent for having us out. I'm Carla Lehman for Carla Lehman Photography, and I'm on the road for Rumble Alberta and Ride Like a Local.